Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is still Wednesday, May 25th, 2022. Big day. I'm not talking about a big rally on Wall Street, although stocks did finish higher. I want to cover that. But there's a few things in play that you need to know about, and we're going to cover that right here and right now. A lot of this won't be a surprise to you. Some of it may be, so just kind of stick around here. So let's start off with this. We had the Fed minutes today, which I do want to go over with you. What really it covered was more of the same as we expected. The Federal Reserve is saying they are serious about getting behind skyrocketing inflation, and they will proceed moving forward with raising the federal funds rate. Looks like 50 basis points over the next few meetings. So what this has done, in my view, and it seems like the market at least agreed for today, we'll see what happens here, is it takes a little bit of uncertainty out of the equation. The market hates uncertainty more than anything, okay? It can take bad news. It really can. It just wants to know if it's going to happen, if certain things are going to occur. And the fact is, with regard to what the Federal Reserve is doing, raising the federal funds rate, you and I realize it's a shit show. It's a game, and it's not going to change anything moving forward. Although we did hear from the Congressional Budget Office, who's saying inflation has peaked. It's peaked now. It's peaking. Sure it is. Okay. Again, another lying organization, Congressional Budget Committee. Oh, how about we don't have a budget? How about debts and deficits continue to explode? Who are these freaks? They're all going to be fired, okay? I don't know, put in a few farm animals in there. They'll do a better job. But you all know that too. So anyway, let's go back to the market real quick. So Fed minutes did move the markets. It was a pretty volatile day. It was all over the place. But to me, it looks like a little bit of relief. And I'm talking about a little bit. How do we know that? Let's look at that 10-year yield. We did come up. I mean, fractionally, the dollar also gained today, but not as much as earlier. And the stock market did follow through with a little bit of a rally here. Nothing major. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is actually back above 32,000. And a lot of people were looking at that 32,000 number, thinking it was going to be resistance. We're above that. The S&P 500 put on almost 1%. The NASDAQ being the largest gainer, putting on 1.5%-ish. 1.51, something along those lines here. Okay, lovely, fantastic. Crude oil catching a bid today. Gold and silver falling under a little bit of pressure. That's what I guess you would expect here. The most rigged aspect of the market in the history of the world. That's the truth. Precious metals. The debt market is also, I think, running a close second. You all know that too. But anyway, it's just, to me, gauging from what happened today in the Fed minutes, the market is understanding, yes, you and I have known this already. I've explained to everybody that the Fed is going to continue raising rates here, and it's going to be nothing dramatic. Nothing at all dramatic here. With regard to a wind down of their balance sheet, good, let them wind down their balance sheet. The Fed now has another excuse to inflate. It's called an ever-expanding war. Oh, guess what? Talks between Ukraine and Russia continue to fail, and the war is expanding. Imagine my shock. This is another crisis that will be prolonged till the nth degree. It just rolls over one to another. COVID's not over. You remember that. There's a resurgence, but now we have monkeypox and dog shit pox and whatever other thing they want to throw at us, and that's the way it's going to function. Crisis, 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 throwing oceans of cash at them. So the Fed doesn't need to inflate its balance sheet, although it's going to continue to do so, because now it's going to be called on by world leaders, none more so here in the United States, obviously, than our retard president and everyone else who's, supposed to be backing the American people getting destroyed. Oh yeah, but we got tens of billions, hundreds of billions to fund wars all over the world. Not just this one over here. But for the American people, you get it right deep and hard, dry, straight in the gabagool. You know what I'm talking about? I think you do. Anyway, so that's the story right now. I'm jumping all over the place. But, let me say this too. And do your own research on this. I've been explaining to you. You see, you're going to hear a lot of people who have no idea what they're talking about, especially saying all kinds of bullshit. The fact of the matter is that during this route that the market has been in, there's been a lot of insiders buying the market. Me being a guy who's also been buying the market, telling everyone that, what I am doing. I have never wavered from this, explaining that we are not in a crash in any way, shape, or form. This is just what you would expect to happen after a market has gone straight up for like years and years and years. And this is, in my opinion, still remains a massive buying opportunity. And there is a very strong possibility that this market could, and I hate picking tops and bottoms. I hate it. It's a loser's game. But I'm going to tell you right here and now, we may be at kind of an inflection point, and we're going to see how that plays out. The 10-year yield has to play, okay? It's not just the stock market. If, in fact, we see that 10-year yield rising, that's a sigh of relief from the market. If the 10-year yield is rising, people, what does it mean? You know what it means. I told you a million times. Cash is now leaving the debt market. It's going to look for somewhere to go. It's going to go into equities. It's going to go into the stock market. So, by you and I keeping our eyes on that 10-year yield, we can have a very good idea as to where the stock market is going to go. Also, I've said this several times, the banks must play, okay? In my view, the financial sector, the banks, the big Wall Street banks have gotten so massively oversold at this point. I would not be surprised to see several days of panic buying once it starts. We had one day of what looked like panic buying to me. Then now we're having a little bit of a lull, and I would not be surprised to see a few follow-throughs here moving forward. I also think we're going to see some more action, or should I say, some more freaks be paraded out of the Federal Reserve, who are going to be blowing sunshine right up the crack of this market, attempting to, put off any fears, because, fear and greed are the two drivers of this market. That's it. The market runs off of fear and greed, and fear is stronger. Now, with that said, I want to move on to a few other things. I already told you about the Fed minutes. Okay, lovely. I don't think that here is anything that you and I would not have expected. I explained the Fed will continue to raise rates moving forward. They're going to do this. There's just no doubt about it. The market seems okay with it. A little bit of uncertainty has been pulled out of the market, so we got a little bit of a rally today. Are we going to sell off tomorrow? We'll see. But what are you going to do? You're going to look at that 10-year yield. We're going to see what the 10-year yield is doing. If it's going up, that means cash is leaving the debt market. It's going to go into the stock market, period. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of that cash ends up in the financial sector. We just got punished pretty bad. So we also got a warning today from Standard & Poor's, the big rating agency here. So this is what they're saying. Are you ready? Maybe this will be a surprise to you. No, I don't think so. The U.S. economy is slowing. Duh! Really? Oh, I had no idea. How about you? Yeah, U.S. economy is slowing, and they are concerned about rising inflation. Oh, wait a minute. The Congressional Budget Office just said today that inflation is peaking. So what's going on here? Let's just put this into perspective. The Congressional Budget Office, it should be called the Congressional Bunch of Retards Office. I think you already know that. They're all retarded. And they're all deliberately going out of their way to distract you, to mislead you, to tell you that everything is just fantastic. This is the same committee here that was saying inflation is going to be transitory, that it's all just going to magically go away and everything is great. Same committee. How do these things remain in office? I don't know. You tell me. Above my pay grade. So yeah, so Standard & Poor's warning on the economy. It's slowing down, rising inflation, and weak demand. Weak demand because the consumer is getting sucked dry in this environment, just as they're meant to do. The consumer is meant to lose. The middle class people are being exterminated, eliminated, and they're going away like the dodo bird. They're becoming extinct. Now, natural gas, imagine Greg Mannarino's surprise here too, continues to surge higher. Energy prices, people, you haven't seen anything yet. Yes, we are in the early stages of a global energy crisis, and we haven't seen anything yet with regard to surging prices, and that's going to affect everything. But you see, the people at the Congressional Retard Budget Office, they can't allow you to know that. No. They're not going to tell you that there are over 6,000 products made with crude oil, which is going much, much higher. It's now sitting about $111 with regard to WTI. But you can't know that. You see, no. Impossible. I already told you Dow back above 32,000, which was kind of a line in the sand for some people. Not me, but anyway, I as I've been saying, this market is going to turn around, and I'm not wavering. There is a very strong possibility that we're going to see this market hit new record highs before the end of the year. Could be sooner than you think. So what else here? You know what? That's pretty much it. When you I don't know how many of you had the displeasure of reading or looking at the Fed minutes. It's always the same word. It's appropriate. If it's appropriate, we're going to do this. If it's appropriate, we're going to do that. If it's appropriate, we're going to whatever the freak they want to do. What the hell is going on? Really, I got to ask you. It's too sick. It's too twisted. It really, really is. And if you get caught up in all this stuff, I think you'll probably go insane, like Greg Mannarino. Anyway, that's the story, people. We just need to stay focused. We need to realize what's going on here, okay? If you believe for a nanosecond that public enemy number one, I'm pointing at my hat, the Federal Reserve, is going to stop inflating or come up with more reasons to inflate, expansion of wars, new diseases, whatever it is that they got to do, it's them. It's this organization here. They're pulling all the strings. They are the puppet master, along with, again, other central banks around the world who have a boot on your freaking windpipe, and they're going to push on that until you are suffocated to death. Where are the people in the streets? Oh, they're not there. Of course not. They're too busy focusing on other dog shit stuff. It's amazing how certain things occur when they're trying to not make you look where you should be looking. Oh no, look over here. Look at this, and then all this other crap goes on. And it's the same story since time immemorial. It doesn't freaking stop. And it won't stop in this environment. It's designed that way. And it's just a crazy, crazy freaking situation. All right, look, so pretty much that's it. I will see you later, you guys and girls, on the Barrel Buddies show. All right? There's a little discrepancy here with the timing of this. I put down 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think that's when the countdown starts. It might actually not start until 7, but there is a link in the description of this video. I really hope that you guys and girls tune in. Try to say that word. Tune. It's not a hard word. It's just, I can't say it today. So hope to see you guys and girls there later. And if you happen to be out here in Vegas, you know, it's going to be a live show. You're all welcome. I posted the address in my free newsletter. And I know all of you are subscribing to my free newsletter, so you can go check out that address. I'll be there. Be nice to see some of you. I think it's going to be a nice turnout. All right, with that said, people, this guy is out of here. You won't see me until later at the Barrel Buddies show. Looking forward to it. I don't even want to talk about the market. Please don't ask any questions about it. You know, we have like a little, like a chat room over there. I don't want to hear about it. We'll do something else, all right? Put your clothes on too. I know a lot of you like to be naked when you watch me. I don't know why. It's just a phenomenon. But it's okay. It's okay. All right, look, I'm sincerely out of here, and I will see all of you later. If I don't see you later, I will see you in the morning. We will readdress this whole freaking thing. I'm out of here. See ya.